Hey guys, Jackie here. Today I want to talk about something that a lot of people struggle with, including myself. It's sometimes an issue, and that is staying raw vegan when you live in a household of people who eat cooked food. I'm lucky enough that my husband is primarily vegan. We only buy vegan food for our house, and my son has been raised completely vegan, so it's not that hard for me to stay vegan, but it can be really hard to not eat cooked food if you don't know kind of what precautions to take. So I have some pieces of advice, a few little suggestions, and I hope that they help. All right, so my first suggestion is that if you know that a meal is coming up, or if you are about to cook food for your spouse or your family, or if you're about to feed your child, to first take care of yourself and eat a little bit. Fruit is your primary source of calories, and so you need to be sure that you really quickly fuel up, you carb up to prepare for being around the cooked food or when you're about to cook. If you're hungry, it's going to be a lot harder to resist eating those things. So it's kind of like, it reminds me of when you're on a plane and you're reading that little safety pamphlet or whatever, and it tells you first put the oxygen mask on yourself and then do it for the child or whoever is depending on you. You need to take care of yourself in order to better take care of others. And if your health is a priority, then don't feel guilty about taking care of your needs first. So first you want to snack a little bit to prepare for the food that you're about to be around. If you're cooking, you need to have something beside you that is raw that you can sort of munch on while you're cooking. And I would really encourage you to still eat meals with your family, because culturally that's just what we do. We eat together. That's what people do. And if you aren't eating with your family, you're really going to miss out on a lot of the socialization that's so important for us. And so you need to make a meal for yourself, have a meal set, even if it's just, it doesn't have to be complicated. Don't do the gourmet raw thing. You don't need to do that. Just have some of your favorite fruit next to you, make a green smoothie, make a really yummy salad, just something that will fill you up. But again, I would not suggest waiting until you're actually around the food. I would kind of get some carbs in you before then. All right, and then my second suggestion is, if you ever do give in to temptation, I want you to pay attention to how you feel when you've eaten that cooked item or dairy item. I assure you, you're going to feel pretty bad if you've been raw for any amount of time. I don't care if you've only been raw for a week. When you eat something cooked, you're going to feel a difference. And so I want for you to write down how it's made you feel. Every symptom, if you have a headache from it, if it hurts your stomach, if it's made you sick, write it down so you will remember how that item makes you feel and kind of review it if you're going to be around that food again. For me, it's potatoes. I'm Irish, and potatoes are basically a religion for me and my family. And so what I do, back when I was getting off of 80-10-10, I had potato, and it made me very sick. And then around Christmas we had potatoes, and well, basically everything at Christmas made me sick, but potatoes now make me really ill. Makes me really sad, but it's true. And so I wrote kind of a journal entry to myself. Look, this is how it made me feel. I wrote down every little detail, and so now I remember, hey, I don't want to eat them because I don't want to feel that way. So my third piece of advice would be to, if it's really bad or if there are specific items that are in your house that you really have a hard time resisting, get a Sharpie, get a marker, write notes on it. Your family won't care. It's just a container. It shouldn't really matter. Write down, like in big letters, no or do not eat. Because the thing is that when you are going for something that you're craving, you're not thinking about the long term. You're not thinking about what your inner true self actually desires, that long-term goal, what's important to you. You're just thinking about your carnal desire in the moment. And so you might need like a shocking little reminder of, hey, this isn't actually what I want to be doing. Yeah, it's really tempting, but in the long term, it's going to make me sad. I'm going to be mad at myself after I eat this. I'm going to feel bad, So write notes on it if you have to. And then this isn't a suggestion, this is just some kind of words of comfort to those who haven't been raw for very long. The temptations will get easier. What you need to do is you need to retrain your body and retrain your brain into understanding that it needs healthy foods, and healthy foods make it feel good. You're craving things that are unhealthy because of so many years of eating those things, and that's what your mind thinks, hey, if I'm hungry, I want this item. I want heavy fats when I'm hungry. And so you're basically retraining yourself, and eventually when you're hungry, you are naturally going to crave healthy things, and it's going to be a lot easier after a long period of time of not eating the items that you might be craving now. It's going to be a lot easier to resist them because your body is going to know that it's hungry for healthier things. And also pay attention to what exactly you're craving, because for instance, if I'm craving heavy fats, heavy overt fats, like peanut butter is a big one for me. If I want peanut butter really badly, I know that my body is craving fats. Same with hummus. Hummus is basically just oil and chickpeas. It's just fat. And so if I'm craving pure fat, I know I have not had enough carbs. If your body wants fat, it wants dense calories now. Your body's sending a powerful signal that you need food immediately and that you haven't eaten enough. So if you make sure that you're eating enough, it's also going to be easier. If you find that you're craving things that have, certain things, if you're craving ice cream, eat some sweet fruit. You probably need sugar. So just I hope that those help me, just making sure that I'm full and I have snacks around and that I'm never without food. It makes it pretty easy to resist temptation, and it will get easier when you start feeling better and seeing the power that your will has and that your intention has. So I hope this helps.